Okay, what's going on, guys? It's Adrian here from asanatomy.com. If you're new to this channel, we basically specialize in human and animal anatomy. So don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in learning more about anatomy and digital sculpting, mainly in ZBrush. But yeah, so like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. So yeah, this is part one of a series that I just thought, let's start answering questions. Let's start like focusing on this question that I have here. What is wrong with our art? What's wrong with our pieces? What's missing in our characters? This is a question that we tend to neglect. It's a question that sometimes we go like throughout our career and it's not even answered. It's a question that once we receive an answer for it, we also reject. So in this part one series of what is wrong with our piece, what is wrong with our art, so basically it's gonna be like an interaction. It's not gonna be like only me, so you guys can bring up questions, answers, and it's basically like assisting each other, because there can be like many reasons with a specific piece. There can be many reasons with a specific character or creature, I don't know, but mainly what I'm going to be focusing on is those major mistakes, which once you fix that in your piece, once you fix that in your characters, it will make a huge difference in all your designs. So I'm sure you guys can see my screen now, and already you have an answer for this part one of what is wrong with our art. So I don't know how long this is it's gonna go for, but I'm planning like let's just keep these coming, because there's many mistakes. There's many mistakes you guys see. There's many mistakes I see also. But my major reasons, I'm sure you guys like like have a guess, like where am I gonna be like specifically answering, in which aspect, in which part, if I may say. So question one, this first question, what is wrong with our art? Why don't everything come together? Why doesn't everything fall into place? So this series won't be too long, probably like my I'm aiming at 20 minutes or 50 minutes or so, but it all depend on how long we take to elaborating this. But basically it's just that we might come to like an understanding of what must be fixed. Why are we sculpting or drawing, or I don't know, sketching everything, but then after our sketch we like unhappy with everything? It's that when we look at it we can't find that mistake, but it's actually there. So it's so whether you're a 2D or 3D artist, or I don't know what type of art you do. But if you like drawing people, or so basically this part one is going to be focusing on basically a male, if I may say, like human. So next maybe we might but then actually this this answer over here will fit if whether you're a creature artist or you're a 2D artist who draws maybe animals or dinosaurs. I don't know, but this answer over here will answer that question also. So it's not like specifically if you only doing like human characters, just men. So it's this will answer everything that's human or animal or creature, I don't know, 2D artist or 3D artist. So what is wrong with our art? That's the question we have today. And I already have one answer for this part one question. So in this series, I'm so very excited with this to keep it going until I don't know, until I don't know. So what you see on screen, it's so I'm in Photoshop, so we won't be on 3D this time. I'm in Photoshop. Basically, what is wrong with our art? Like on our previous tutorials, like mostly on our tutorials, we emphasize one thing, that in order for you, if you want to be a 2D concept artist, 2D artist, I mean you're a concept artist, 3D artist, a character artist, a creature artist, you need to know your anatomy. You need to know your anatomy. It's one of those major foundations throughout art, whether you're drawing or doing anything. It's one of those major things. I remember when I was a kid, I used to draw, like watch those cartoons. I believe it was Dragon Ball Z back then. I never knew nothing about anatomy. I was just copying from screen, and I never knew that I would come across a point where I should just pause, just stop sculpting, stop drawing, just study the anatomy. I never knew that I would come to such a point. But then after all that, it all like I saw those major results in everything I do, like that. So it's to this, if your proportions are wrong, if your anatomy is wrong, your piece will never be right. It just won't. It just won't. Whether you will texture it very well, like with good shadow and highlights, and I don't know, the with good color and effect and filters, blur, I don't know, whatever you pluck in there, whatever you add in there, if the anatomy is wrong underneath all that, it will never be right. It will never be right. So what is wrong with the art? Part one, the skeleton. The skeleton. It's like that's very underneath. You don't need to know like the entire bones. Like most of the bones are not visible, like the lumbar vertebrae and stuff. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but hopefully you can. Like mostly, some of are not like never visible, like the previous symphysis and stuff. That's not even visible, but you need to know because there's muscle attachments going on over there. Sorry, my I got caught there. But then so yeah, but we getting there. So. But there's those bony landmarks like the chromium process, I believe. That's on here on top, on your shoulder blade. This is visible. your clavicles, they are visible. So if there's this muscle over here, there's a bone here. It's a process actually. It's a mastoid process over here. So let me just grab my brush here. Over here, it's the mastoid process, and there's a bone over here also that joins the ribcage and protects the heart. So there's a heart underneath. This bone over here also. So this is a sternum. So it's divided into three parts. It's the manubrium, court, the body, and the xiphoid process. So why did I highlight all these? So there's this muscle which I normally reference with. It's the sternum, cleido, the clavicle, mastoidus. It goes through here and attaches in the sternum. Comes through here. PC just lagged. I'm just showing those few illustrations. So it goes through here, and then attaches over here. Okay, so if you don't know where's these two bones, if you have them in the wrong order, how can you draw this? How can you draw the neck? How can you know the distance between that and that? How can you do it? Like the distance between here and here. How can you do it? So, what is wrong with our art? Part 1. The skeleton. So, there's a few like measuring techniques which I used to use sometimes, maybe like you can use like the height of the head, but it's only good for these anatomical positions. If only like for a static pose, when everything is foreshortened, then everything goes wrong. You can't use that system anymore. So what I have on the screen over here, I'm just going to scratch the surface. Probably on part 2 we might do a part 2 of this skeleton, also probably like a female, because it's quite different, a bit different, I mean. So yeah, so this when I saw this, it just worked for me. It's like one of the systems that I saw, and I said, okay, this I have to learn. When I first saw it, because I used to use like the 7 heads and stuff, the heads. I think it's Loomis or something. When I first I was like, okay, no, this I can't. This is too much for me. But like when you digest this, it's like solves many problems. It takes you out of that what candy valley or something. It solves a lot of problems, which the major problem we have right now. That's why we're having this tutorial, because we all in trouble. We sometimes finish our pieces and we're like, yes, see what's wrong with that. I can't find nothing there. So this basically, it's using your cranium for your measurement. So like once you have it, let's say you like normally you start like with a sphere or something. Once you have like your eyes and your nose, so like from your nose downwards over here, then you have your cranium. This is your cranium and stuff. You can take that measurement over here, this cranium over here, and then you can finish like the entire body with just this measurement. I'm sure you can understand it here. So I'm not going to go through everything for now, because we still gonna dissect this, like go into much details. But for now, let's look at this. So from the top of the skull to the bottom of from the nose over here, that's one cranium, and then from that bottom part to the clavicles, it's one cranium. That's your distance. You just can't change that. And the clavicles are one cranium over here. And over here. And there's a sacred part over here, so like the empty space over here also. And then from the clavicle, or let's say the sternum, the entire sternum, it's one unit. It's that cranium we got there. It's one unit, except for the xiphoid process. So we almost there. Like it's getting more, like, much easier. And then from there to the tip of the rib cage, like to the 10th rib, that's one unit. That's one cranium. And then going down here to the anterior superior iliac spine, that's one cranium. We just got that point just like that, like it just fell into place. So, and then from there, going down to the bottom of the pubis bone, I believe, that's one cranium, one unit. So in a male, like, the distance from the greater trochanter of the femur, that's 2 units. In a female, it's different. It's the pelvis that is 2 units. So from there, from the femur, we have 1, 2, 3 units. So we have like 3 craniums. So yeah, look at that, you see. And then from the bottom of the femur, if I may say, where it like there with the tibia, there's 1, 2, 3 to the bottom of the foot. So we have finished the entire figure by just getting this right, first. So it's up to you, like, which side you use, like the front view. Normally I prefer like the nose part, but then you can use like the back of to get your cranium and stuff, or from the bottom, because here on the side you can't use it because there's an extra piece over here. But I'm sure we have went past that. So we almost reaching our 20 minutes. So 20-minute session, hopefully every day. Let's meet, let's discuss this. What is wrong with our arts? I'm ready to hear from you guys. I'm ready to what must we tackle next? Cause it's a topic that I gotten interested in, and I want us to continue. So before we end, so this can work, like, also if you looking for example your scapulars, it's 1 unit. Yes, over here, it's 1 unit. So, and the distance of the bottom of the scapulars also, it's 1 unit. There we have it there. It's just 1 unit. And so, it's, I don't know, it's just getting that can change your life entirely. And you also have your hand over here in almost a unit, so then you're very close. You're very, very close. So if I missed something, I might as well. I think I have, because I was rushing over this, almost 20 minutes. So these skeletons are available for sale in our online shop. So you guys can grab it. We currently like running a 50% sale, so these skeletons are going to be half price. These are HD realistic skeletons, hand sculpted from cadaver. So real specimens were used as a reference. So to produce like products that you guys can trust, we thought it's best we use like real specimens as reference. We thought that let us grab all the entire like all the good resources, and these represents huge amount of hours from medical professionals and dissections. So I believe the entire skeleton, the project file was around 60 million polygons. So yeah, it's quite messy, and so but then we've arranged everything together with low base mesh, UVs, different file formats, HD, geometry, displays 8K displacement maps, sorry, and normal maps, etc. So then I can take the entire day. But then the link is in the description, maceanatomy.com. Just visit us over there, and then you get the entire pictures, and you can go through our please visit our channel also, our so it's going to be featured on this channel. It's called Essay Anatomy for Medical. So when you click over there, you'll see we've posted those 4K like turntables renders of these skeletons, just that high definition that you guys can see over there. So just don't forget to subscribe, and on that channel we will be diving deep in the anatomy. So if you not just interested in those just those superficial I don't know structures, just that you might be like a creature artist, or I don't know, a concept artist, but if you want to dive deep to the anatomy, please go subscribe to Essay Anatomy for Medical. So it's Essay Anatomy for Medical. So if you want to go deep, we will be sharing like good resources, normally mainly on human anatomy for now, but then along the way we will be sharing all that with you guys. So yeah, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, link in the description, Facebook, WhatsApp, I don't know. So let's meet again, let's do this, let's help each other. No one is perfect. I'm also not perfect. Let's come up with, let's bring all those questions we had. So this is the question I had. Why am I sculpting everything wrong? Why doesn't everything fall into place? Let's fix this. So yeah, thank you guys for your time. So yeah, let's study anatomy, let's study sketching or drawing or sculpting with the knowledge of the anatomy. So we made these resources available for you guys to make your life very, very easy. So yeah, take your time in everything, and thank you guys for your time. Bye.